What's going on, fish? Welcome back to your favorite Coy Pond. It is me, as always, Colin, joined by our esteemed co-host. You may know him as K-Dog, the Cowboys fan, the deranged man that's sitting around. It's Kevin.
What's up?
In all of his beauty. But we're back for another week on the Coy Pond, episode 37. Wow. How about that? Another week.
Crazy.
And we hit 70 subscribers. Woo! Who would have thunk it? As always, you guys killed it on the last video. I don't think we gave out nearly as many hot takes as we might have on the wide receiver video.
Right.
I think that one drew a lot more of hot takes. I think
crazy.
I can note whatchamacallit. I can realize that now, going back and looking at it. But you know, it is what it is. We said what we said. We'll stand by it. We'll see. See how it ends up by the end of the year.
Yep.
But
still over 100 views.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's awesome.
We did amazing. Guys killed it. We got 8 likes, I think. We're up to 70 subscribers. It's pretty awesome. Pretty sweet.
Metrics are rocking.
Yeah, we're getting through, setting up the new studio, getting everything in order. New ideas every day. We're coming up with new things to do for the upcoming NFL season. As you know, we're kind of just in the lull of the season. Training camp officially back today.
Teams are back at camp, camp. And that means it's just about ready to get serious.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was real, but on Twitter I saw there was already a fight at the Texans.
Wow.
Singletary absolutely rammed Dalton Schultz with his helmet. Oh. Love to see it. It's off to a hot start. Nice. I think there was a Chiefs scuffle. I mean, scuffle season is here.
Right on.
We're right here. And you know what that means? We're 6 podcasts away till the Thursday of the first NFL game.
I think that's it.
Ravens, Chiefs, and then we got Packers, Eagles in Brazil on that Friday.
I think so.
So, you know, you got Thursday night football, Friday night. Well, I don't know if it's Friday. I guess I'd assume it's Friday night.
I don't know if there is or not, yeah.
But it's Friday football. Then we got Saturday college football, and then we got Sunday NFL with a Monday game, probably.
It's a big weekend.
That'll be huge.
Way to kick it off.
We're getting there. As you saw by the thumbnail, this week we are going over the Hall of Fame game, what to look for. Yep. This will be kind of, you know, less of, I think, there's a lot less of the starting battle. Well, sorry, not starting battles.
Well,
your main superstars.
Right.
You know, this is the time to look for them.
Your backups, right?
Yeah, this is more for the backups, your third strings, fighting for that last position spot, maybe the starting role, and some of the lesser exciting roles.
Yep. And
kind of that sort of thing.
And this, I don't know if it's, I'm trying to remember how many preseason games it is this season. I think they cut it back by 1.
Is it 3?
Maybe it was last year and it's 3 now.
I think it's 3.
So, and just this week it came out that the Players Union and the NFL owners are talking about going to that 18th game. And so this may be the last preseason we go through where we have 3 preseason games, because if it goes to 18, they'll probably go to 2.
Right, and then they also talked about having that additional bye week with 18. Yeah. So the total number of games would be cut to 16. Yeah. But there'd be 18 weeks, which I think, personally, I love. A longer football season.
I think it's actually, is that right? I think it's actually longer. So I think they actually will play 18 games, but it actually goes like 20 weeks then?
Oh,
or 21.
Oh, I was thinking of it the backwards.
But like you're saying, if they have another bye, then you're looking at 3 bye weeks spread out. 2 or 3? So it'd be 20 or 21 weeks total.
Regardless, I mean, I'm all for more weeks of football. Yeah. However they cut it, especially if they extend the Super Bowl to be the week of President's Day.
That's what the goal is.
So then everyone has Monday off, which means more viewers for Sunday night, which also means you want to have that extra gin and tonic, that extra vodka soda. You want that last nightcap of a little bit of the high nooner. You can get it, because guess what? You don't got shit the next day, which would be beautiful.
And I'm surprised, because the NFL has talked about this for about 5 years.
It's been a long time.
I'm surprised it's taken them this long to get it spread out. Even I figured they would have done something else just to get the Super Bowl to that week. So
it's been talked about for forever, and I think getting over the hump of getting to 17 games played.
Maybe.
Is that how many are played now?
Yes.
17 they play?
It's so bizarre.
So, you know, however they do it, I guess it all makes sense with how the players are working, but maybe the Players Union switched up a little bit, so now they're more likely for money. I don't know. Because, you know, I could see how less games is in the players' interest. I totally understand that. It's just from a viewer's point of view, I want as much fucking football as I can get.
That's right.
You know, I'm addicted to it like crack cocaine. So, you know, I get players why they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to be a greater chance of injury throughout the season. So maybe the Players Union switch the head of it, and they're more likely to just go all in for money, views, whatever.
And I would bet part of this, I mean, obviously the owners want the other game because they get more revenue.
Right.
That's the whole deal. The players want to have probably more ability, so the rosters have to have, I think they talked about 4 or 5 more players on the active day roster to extend it.
Yeah.
So the owners aren't happy about that because then that cuts into their pie.
Mm-hmm.
So they're each negotiating for
give and take.
Yeah, how to find
one.
that middle ground on it. So
makes sense. It'll be an exciting time if that really does go through and then we end up getting that. So yeah, we're just going over the Hall of Fame in this video, kind of what you should be looking for in the game itself if you don't know what to look for.
So the Hall of Fame game. So I've been to the Hall of Fame ceremony twice before.
Nice.
Once when Larry Allen for the Cowboys, amongst others, went in, and the other time when Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith went in. Wow. And actually, I think Ray Lewis, I don't know if he went in that class or he was just there when we were there.
Right.
I think that was the case. But used to be the game, the Hall of Fame game, which means nothing really, was played on Sunday nights.
Gotcha.
Now they have it on Thursday nights. So it kind of kicks off the weekend's events,
right?
With the whole thing capping off with the ceremony and all that, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. So, Thursday, August 1st, 8 p.m. It's going to be the Bears and who was it?
The
Texans, yeah. So we're going to do a little training camp preview of each of those teams and just give you a few nuggets that we have on our minds about it.
Right, and going forward, it's kind of like, by the time this video comes out tomorrow morning, by the end of the weekend, there might be something completely different going on because training camp just started. But at least this gives you an idea of what each team's working out, looking for, doing, because you can only get so excited for the Hall of Fame game and all the preseason games when you're just looking at second and third strings for the most part.
Exactly.
There's some starters that will come out for the first drive.
Series, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the whole thing, probably the first 2 plays, and that's it.
Yep.
So, give you a reason to watch it.
Yep. And again, these teams will probably have, used to be you had 4 preseason games, then if you played in this game, you had 5.
Right.
So I would assume that these teams will each have 4 games, with the 1 game being cut out.
Exactly. So. Just how it goes, how it is, how it will be.
So we know the Bears and the Texans, they both have a ton of exciting stuff going on.
Oh, so many.
And the Bears, I mean, for where they've been, now they have Caleb Williams.
Yep.
They have the new hot rookie receiver.
Yep.
They've got all that talent.
Almost an entire new wide receiving core.
Yep.
Obviously, Keenan Allen, Romeo Odunze. Keenan Allen, getting up there in age.
Nobody knows him better than you.
But, he's a dog. He hasn't, I can't remember the year he got hurt, but since that basically year-long injury, he had a little run-in with some injuries, I think, last year. And he's getting older. But that is a great person to have in that room. To, I can't remember how long DJ Moore's been in the league exactly.
Maybe
he's
like
been,
7 years, 6 years.
He's been in there a bit.
Yeah.
So. But for Romeo Odunze, that is a great group to have in there to teach him the ropes, kind of teach him what he should be doing, what he shouldn't be doing. And that's going to be a great way to go in together into the upcoming season.
No, I agree. It's really a loaded core when you get down to it, and each one of them kind of specializes in something different.
Yeah.
I mean, DJ Moore's kind of the switchblade guy.
Yes.
I mean, he could do anything. They could run him out of the backfield. They could run him on short crossers like a Cole Beasley kind of guy. I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL, honestly.
I completely agree. And watching Keenan Allen, everyone knows about his route running.
Yeah.
He's an amazing route runner. And then pairing that with Romeo Odunze being able to get downfield quick, assuming Caleb Williams is good enough, that's all it's going to take.
Yeah.
It's set up so well. The biggest question, too, though, is going to be that line.
It is.
They've addressed it, but when you're a wide receiver, how much time does the quarterback have, and can the quarterback make that throw?
Yep. But here again, now we're looking at ESPN's training camp reports here to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
But the battle on the interior offensive line, to Colin's point right there, it really is about the center. And Ryan Bates is a guy that's in the mix, and they also signed Coleman Shelton. I mean, he played with the Rams the last 2 seasons. And Bates is expected to start, but you never know with these kind of things, and
for sure,
it really depends on who does Caleb Williams have the rapport with, but this is so critical to Caleb Williams' success.
Yes.
See Carolina Panthers for a line that did not help their rookie quarterback,
and you got to feel for Bryce Young there.
So,
and going forward, I kind of figured we'd hear way more in the offseason about Caleb Williams. We haven't. I think no news is amazing news with him.
I agree.
I won't say I'm by any means a hater of him.
Yeah.
I just always play devil's advocate for a rookie quarterback entering the NFL. It's always a lot of hype, and most of the time it doesn't pan out. Recently, it's panned out more. I'm hoping the best for him, but assuming no news, I love it. I think he has a not better chance, but less eyes is better when you're a rookie quarterback and they know you're starting.
Yep. Nice segue, to the Texans, their opponent for the Hall of Fame game. Again, I think no news is good news, like you said. Maybe, just maybe, the Bears staff followed what the coordinator did for, and it's Bobby Slowick, did for C.J. Stroud, and learned early on to scale that thing back.
Yes,
make
keep it
simple,
easy.
Don't overcomplicate it. And I think, he could have the same kind of success that Stroud had. So,
yes, I completely agree.
Again, from a Texans standpoint, Stephon Diggs, it goes without saying. The guy's just, incredible. When you put him in such an explosive situation, if you double team him, you're screwed somewhere else.
Yes.
And you're going to talk about it in a second here, but they've added some weapons to this thing they didn't have last year.
Right.
In addition to Diggs. And, I don't know how you couldn't be excited about watching the Texans play.
It should be just one of the best, just to segue in, one of the best offenses in the NFL.
Agree.
Assuming the QB slump is not as real as it's made out to be with a lot of different people throughout the years for C.J. Stroud, I don't know how you have, I would say a worse, but how you can have a bad year when you've got Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Joe Mixon, Dalton Schultz, and yourself.
Yeah.
It's too loaded. Someone has got to be open to your point, where if you're gonna double team someone, even if it's not Diggs, that means Diggs is open. That means someone else is single coverage. I don't know how well zone would work against them, frankly.
Yeah.
They're all veterans at this point. I can't remember who was added last, Nico Collins or Tank Dell. Mm-hmm. But between Diggs being there now, it's only going to help out the younger guys that much more. And Dalton Schultz is not young. He is an experienced tight end.
Yep.
Given a little scuffle today in minicamp, should be okay. But, you add Joe Mixon. That Texans rush offense last year was abysmal.
It was.
It was damn near non-existent. I believe it was like bottom 5, bottom 4 ranked in every category.
Wasn't that Singletary that was still there? I think?
Joe Mixon's there now, who was a sneaky top 5 fantasy running back this past season that we talked about last week. Check out the video if you haven't. But, you add him to the mix. If he's running out the backfield to catch a ball, if he's running the ball, I don't know why I was overcomplicating.
No, I think you're right. Catch the ball in the backfield and things. And
it should be simple. That Texans head coach, why am I blanking on his name now?
It's the guy that played. I can't think of his name offhand. Anyway.
Regardless, he kept it simple for Stroud and it worked.
Yep.
They're going to keep doing it now with more pieces.
But the key is, as long as teams don't catch up to C.J. Stroud, like we've said before, now they've got to be adding those wrinkles in there because people will be watching that simple approach from last year, confusing him, trying to do things to get him off. Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of the key now is his development. He's got the weapons,
right?
But can he adjust to what the defenses are going to adjust to him?
Yeah, cat's out of the bag this year, but to that extent, you kept it simple last year. He got very comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah.
And from there, you can add stuff to it and make it this, amazing piece of work when you've got the basics down.
Yeah.
And it feels like, saying it that way, they should be able to just add some things here and there this year and make it look different, at least for the defenses, so they don't know what's going on necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're right. It's going to be difficult because everyone knows now.
Yep. Yeah, I think Mixon is going to have a big year and be a big sleeper as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah, trying to think about the division itself. Colts, Texans, you've got Jaguars and Titans. Is that the other team?
I think so.
Defensive wise, the Colts, good. Now it should be a solid defense. Jaguars, I don't remember being anything crazy. I think they had a good running defense last year, but that division should be not up for grabs, but offensively should be well manageable.
Yeah, and we know D'Amico Ryans.
Yep,
the head coach, who is a defensive guy.
Yeah,
he will have that well in hand.
Yeah,
the defense will be ready to play for sure. So.
Yeah, and I can't remember. I don't think they got. Defensively, I think they were pretty sound last year.
I think they were. They may have plugged a piece or two.
Yeah.
But they didn't need a whole lot. Mm-hmm. So I think they're good to go.
They should be good to go. So,
look for that game on August 1st.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So yeah, I guess.
I guess that's really it on that one.
That's really it.
And there's our training camp preview for the Texans and the Bears.
Yeah, that's it for this week. We're gonna shoot the next video for next week. Hope you all have a great week.
Yeah, take care.
Take care.
Thanks for watching.